GUI demonstration for Java assignment. Virtual pet class, very straightforward. 3 attributes: hunger, happiness, cleanliness, initialized in the constructor. 3 getters to access these attributes of the virtual pet, so private. We've got the clamp method here, something I hadn't used before. I mean, it might be a Java thing or more of a C-based language thing, but basically it's just a helper method that clamps a value between 2 barriers, so between 0 and 100 in this case, and I use this clamp on each of the adjustments, so that way if somebody keeps feeding the pet, it doesn't go over a certain value, and if they keep playing with the pet, which reduces their hunger, that they can't starve the pet to death, like negative value of, well, I guess a hunger value beyond 100 at this point would be like the pet's kind of like dying or something. So it just sets it in boundaries, and then so for each of the, like for feed, hunger gets adjusted and cleanliness gets adjusted because it gets dirty. When they play, they get happier, they get hungrier, but they also lose some cleanliness. And then when they get a bath, they gain cleanliness, they gain hunger, but they lose happiness. Let's actually bump this value up real quick. Should get more than 10. It should be more effective to groom than the damage he can do while eating. For the GUI, the way this is formulated reminds me of like C# setups for buttons. So a lot of this is just you instantiate virtual pet object, create the frame, set the sizes, all that kind of stuff with the exit on close, add a label, pull in an image, and then we've got a panel for the attributes, create the labels, add the labels to the panel. Then we got a frame for, or add the attributes panel. So like we create a panel, create the labels, add the labels to the panel, add the panel to the frame. And then we create a panel for the buttons, create the buttons, add the buttons to the panel, add the panel to the frame. These are active listener buttons, so they basically are sitting there as soon as the button's pushed. This code gets executed, and basically it just has an override. I can't remember what it's called here. I want to call it a decorator because I'm so used to Python, but these are overridden functions because basically they're going to be called differently each time. So like you got feed, play, and groom, but it's the add the action listener and the action performed. So the action performed is the method that's different based on whatever button gets pushed. And so it just calls that function. This is basically saying like action performed. Like you push a button and then everything beneath that immediately gets, that code gets run. And so it's pretty straightforward. I like it quite a bit though. I got a little lizard guy here. So we've got his hunger, happiness, and cleanliness up there. We can feed him. He's got less hunger, but he's also a little dirty. Feed him again. He's only got 10 hunger, and he's a little bit dirtier. But since he's not very hungry, we can play with him. And we're gonna get happiness and hunger go up, and cleanliness goes down. Oh, now we're hungry and we're happy, but we're dirty. So we're gonna groom him. We're gonna groom him. He's hungry, so we gotta feed him. Hit that back up, and groom. Then we can play. It just bounces all around. There's more functionality that can be added. There could be thresholds where, like, if hunger goes beneath a certain amount, then playtime isn't available. You could like disable the button on the GUI. I don't know how to do it in Java, but I know that kind of stuff's possible. I did that stuff in C# with a couple other programs. So.